Dune has been considered one of the most popular sci-fi trilogies, if you will. The first one came out during the pandemic, and as we know, they dumped it onto HBO Max. It didn't really have that, big premiere that they wanted. And just a couple years ago, Dune Chapter 2 came out, and it was received very well by the audience, by critics, by the awards, not director for Denis Villeneuve, but it was so well received that people were clamoring for the conclusion of what Dune will be. And we finally got the trailer for Dune last week, which dropped suspiciously the day after Timothy Chalamet lost at the Oscars to Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
This comes to us from Los Angeles Times. They say there's still 9 months to go before audiences can return to Arrakis. Until then, Warner Brothers has released a trailer to hold us over. Dune Part 3, which takes place nearly 2 decades after the events of the sequel, promises more political upheaval, introduces a ruthless new villain, and teases Paul and Shawnee's future child. Dune stars Zendaya and Javier Bardem, and has now since been joined by newcomers Anya Taylor-Joy and Robert Pattinson. And they did a huge presentation as an AMC event while Chalamet and Florence Pugh and Jason Momoa sent in messages. They kicked off this bad boy in a big bad way. I know you got a chance to watch the trailer because I was with you while you were watching it before we hit record. I know you're not the biggest Dune movie fan, but how did you feel about watching the trailer?
I mean, it looks dope. Looks like Dune. I'm always like I said, when I go, because I'm definitely gonna watch that. I'm watching Doomsday and Dune at the same day, if not before. Yeah, right. But it looks like it's going to be much more exciting. Dune cinematically and visually, I would say, has probably always has been the most superior film in the last decade visually. And it looks like it's Avatar, but it's right there with it. But I'm excited for it, bro. I really am. I watched the first two, and I still am questioning though on why they decided to stick to dropping the same day as Doomsday. But it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, that is interesting. And we're going to get into Doomsday in a second because it is quite interesting that it seems like we are full steam ahead with these two monster of a movies going head to head in the theaters. I want to ask you, I know you were talking a little bit about this before the show started. And you said something really great when you said like a really great line about how people want the comparisons to Star Wars, and that there was this kind of, well, why can't Star Wars be like this, and why is Dune trying to be the better stuff like that. I'm just wondering, when you watched Dune 1 and 2, did you feel like this gave you Star Wars vibes? This is something that maybe Star Wars should try in the vein of like something a little bit more serious, something a little bit more darker? Or do you think that these two should not be related? Star Wars should do its own thing, Dune should do his own thing? Or where did that really come from?
I mean, I don't think it's a secret that Star Wars was inspired by Dune in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah. Anakin
The
right up here.
Yeah, no, yes, and I think it's conscious of that. Of course you're gonna get that Star Wars vibes because Star Wars kind of got the vibes from Dune originally, at least in Tatooine, at least. But the I just don't think Dune is more exciting than Star Wars. I don't think the characters are more compelling. I don't think it's cooler in any way. I just feel like this though. I feel like he says, "Wow, Dune was before Star Wars." That's what we said. But
I know. No,
But
I don't know. He might be being sarcastic. I also 100%.
oh, he might be saying,
Later
"Wow, he
me.
didn't know that."
Yeah, yeah. He either might be saying, "Oh
Yeah, Dune
wow,
is
like
before Star Wars.
Dune was before Star Wars," or he might being like, "Oh wow, Dune was before Star Wars." Like, so I don't know. Raider, tell us what you think. Did you
But
not know that?
I think,
Because a lot of people don't know how old Dune actually is. A lot of
yeah,
people, these Denis Villeneuve movies are their. They didn't even know about the David Lynch one. This is brand new to them. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
Raider could be not sarcastic. I don't know.
yeah. But I think that when it comes down to it, I think the people who make Dune care about Dune more than the people who are making Star Wars. I think the people who are making Star Wars are just trying to make it fun and they're trying to make some money and they're pushing it
Yeah.
forward. But you know, I just still feel like Dune just doesn't have the soul to me. It just something about it. It's
Little
just not
empty.
better in my mind.
Do you think a Star Wars movie in the vein of Dune, right? Little
Like more
bit more
serious.
prestige,
Mhm.
more serious storytelling, something, if you use Knights of the Old Republic, something like that to tell a more Dune serious type story, do you think that could work? And do you think they could
Absolutely.
that would sell well to a general audience seeing Star Wars in this kind of way?
Yeah, I think that would be phenomenal. I hope that they do it one day. It's just, we'll see with Disney, right? I mean, I don't imagine it, but nah, that'd be phenomenal to do like one of the old Republic movies and make it much darker. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon.
Yeah. Let's get into what you were talking about because I think, you know, it's a pretty big deal that we have Doomsday and Dune Part 3 dropping on the same weekend going head to head. And I know you asked earlier, why didn't Dune flinch? And the reason is because they have those IMAX screens locked up for over 3 weeks, and they don't want to vacate them. And as we know, Doomsday was supposed to come out in May of this year and it got pushed to December. So they kind of lost out on getting those IMAX screens. Just to give you some background there, I want to ask you though, is this a good thing having Doomsday and Dune in the theaters at the same time? Some theater owners are thinking that it might be better to, share the wealth, right? Get more people in the theaters at different times. Or do you think that this event could be something really great for the theaters and for us fans?
I think if you're a fan of both, it's a good thing. I think for Doomsday, it doesn't matter. They're going to do what they're going to do regardless. I think the only thing at risk is Dune. I think Dune might do would be better off on a different day. Um, but that's what I think. I'm going to watch them both,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the only potential option of the short end of the stick is Dune. I think Doomsday is going to do what it's going to do no matter what it's competing against.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I think by now both these have a built-in audience, so
Yeah.
the movies are going to be fine regardless. I think what they're hoping for is a Barbenheimer situation where it just elevates both
Yeah,
movies
like
and it
everyone is just watching both of them, which is a
100%.
possibility. But
It is.
like
It
I
is.
said, I don't think that it will elevate Doomsday. I think Doomsday, it doesn't matter
Oh,
what
I
day it's on, it doesn't matter who it's competing against. The number that it's destined to hit is the number it's going to hit regardless. For Dune, it's either I think them alone still would have been better.
Mhm.
Um, and it still could hit that number, but it might suffer a little bit. Especially because I mean, especially now, I think it's getting worse and worse because I think Dune, the economy is getting worse every day. Gas is going up. People are having less money, and going to a movie theater is extremely expensive now. So I think a lot of people are going to be put in a situation where they have to choose, especially if
Mhm.
they're a big family. And I think most people are going to choose Doomsday.
Man, you're making me sad. I hope gas drops by December, dude.
Hey,
I'll
I
be
just went
very
by the gas station earlier, man. It hit $7 in California at
Woo!
some part.
That is wild, man. Yeah, I put $20 and it was like this in my
Yeah.
in my gas.
Downtown LA, there's a gas station that's 8.
Wow, that's crazy. That's wild.
So
Yeah, we need the spice
yeah,
from Dune, dude, from Arrakis, bro. We need the spice.
we'll
You know,
see.
looking at the trailer, we can obviously see that this is gonna take a very dark turn.
Mhm.
And we see obviously, from the picture here with our boy Timothy, that he's going the Anakin Skywalker route. On top of that, as mentioned previously, we got new cast members in here, one of which Robert Pattinson, who's looking all kinds of whitey and weird in the in the
Like
in
an
the
android on
trailer.
the Aliens franchise.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. He's looking like David for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, what do you think about Robert Pattinson's year of 2026 coming out with Dune 3,
Mhm.
um, the
The
drama,
Batman.
yeah, but the Batman's 2027, and then the Odyssey as well. He's
Yeah.
having a stellar year. Do you think where Robert Pattinson at is now with the Batman 2 coming out soon? Do you think he is more of a box office draw and that it elevates Dune even more?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Robert Pattinson was an amazing Batman. I think I thought he did a fantastic job as Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Um, I think the Doom franchise, like you said, it was probably going to be what it's going to be, also with or without him. I don't know if it's like how big of an extra draw it is,
Right.
but I think the year that he's going to have is going to be one of the ones to compete with the goats. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
Odyssey is probably the most. That's probably I'm most excited for that, probably more than anything else.
To see just the goats of the year of him just like stacking these box office wins, and in return, I mean, Zendaya is going to have a
Yeah,
huge year because
yeah.
we're going to get into it in a
She's having
second.
another huge year.
It's insane. And these two, Zendaya and Robert P, are in 3 movies together this year. So,
And Euphoria is coming out.
bro, I can't wait. Are you a
Hmm.
Euphoria guy?
Yeah, I like Euphoria. Euphoria's
Yeah, I like
dope.
that. I like that show a lot. And I caught on to it later. I was like, I don't want to see like high school kids, like blah blah blah. And then people are like, no, you don't understand. It's like one, they're older, they're not like actual high school kids, and two, the storytelling is fantastic. And then I
Yeah,
watched it with my wife, and we were like, damn, give me more.
yeah,
Give me more Zendaya in everything. I think should just be the mantra, because
yeah. She's fine.
anything that she is in, she elevates, and her as Rue is absolutely iconic. That one episode where she's on that binge and just going through running from the cops. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah, absolutely.
into
Yeah,
people's homes and stuff. That was wild. That
yeah.
was fantastic, dude.
No, Zendaya's dope, man.
Well, overall, I'm really excited for Dune series. To be honest, my Dune of it all, it's not that in depth. I didn't read the books. I only saw I can't even think right now. The 80s, the Fincher, or sorry, the David Lynch Dune from the 80s. Did you ever see that?
I never did actually.
Okay.
It was one of those things that I was gonna go back and watch it. I just never got around to it. I might still do it, but I had
It's
never seen
wild.
that one. No.
I would give it a watch. I mean, it's definitely out there, but you
Mhm.
could see what they're going for, where they're coming from. What I would recommend to you, which is fantastic, is a documentary called Jodorowsky's Dune.
Yeah.
And this is I believe he's a Mexican filmmaker, and he makes films that are just like they're weird as heck, but every scene is like a piece of art. Like, it's insane how his mind works. And he had the rights to Dune before that 80s movie. And
Yeah.
he was going to cast like his son as Paul Atreides. And he had this book of all these images from Mobius. You know, do you know Mobius, the artist that did like the original Alien
Yeah.
designs and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And so he did all these designs for the movie. And Denise said that he has that that he got to look at that Bible. And it's just about a movie that never was, kind of like the death of Superman. There's a movie about like the death of Superman Lives, whereas like the movie that never was. It is fantastic. I highly recommend it. Jodorowsky's Dune. Really good doc.
I'll definitely check it out.
Awesome, guys. Well, let us know what you guys think. Did you see the trailer for Dune 3, and did it do its job and take that excitement and bump it up, or you need to see a little bit more? And could this, put Timothée Chalamet back on top? Maybe. Drop a comment below and let us know your guys' thoughts.